Lesson 18. Problem solving with angles. Lesson objectives. Content objectives. Students will be able to write equations to find unknown angle measures using properties of supplementary and complementary angles. Students will be able to write equations to find unknown angle measures using properties of vertical angles. Students will be able to write equations to find unknown angle measures using properties of adjacent angles. Students will be able to write equations to find unknown angles in more complex figures combining supplementary, complementary, vertical, and adjacent angles. Language objectives. I can read to differentiate between complementary, supplementary, and vertical angles. I can explain reasoning orally and in writing using terms such as vertical angles, supplementary angles, and straight lines. I can articulate facts about angles that can be used to find unknown angle measures. I can discuss the steps taken to find missing angle measures by asking and answering questions in pairs or small groups. Prerequisite skills. Know and use appropriate angle relationship vocabulary. Write and solve equations. Understand that perpendicular lines form right angles. Understand and apply measures of adjacent angles that form a line. Use letters to name angles, lines, and points. Lesson vocabulary. Complementary angles. Two angles whose measures add to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles. Two angles whose measures add to 180 degrees. Vertical angles. Opposite angles formed when two lines intersect. Vertical angles are congruent. They're across from each other. Review the following key terms. Adjacent angles. Angles that share a ray and a vertex. Basically angles that are next to each other. Intersect. Cross or meet. Non-adjacent angles. Angles that do not share a ray and a vertex. Learning progression. In grade 4, students used the protractor to measure angles and recognized that angle measures are additive. They categorized angles by size and recognized angle size as an attribute of different types of polygons. In this lesson, students focus on the special relationships that exist among angles. The grade level standard emphasizes applying facts about angle relationships to identify angles as supplementary, complementary, vertical, adjacent, or non-adjacent. Students use this information to write and solve equations to find unknown angle measures. In grade 8, students will use these skills as a foundation for finding angle measures when they confront two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Students will also use informal arguments to establish facts about the angle sum and exterior angle of triangles. Let's use what we know. In previous grades, you learned about lines and angles. Take a look at this problem. I'm going to read this problem first and then break some stuff down, and then we're going to answer some questions. 3 lines. Line AD, line BE, and line CF intersect at point O, as shown in the diagram. Line AD is perpendicular to line FC. Angle EOD measures 32 degrees. What is the measure of angle AOB? And if you want to solve that now, you're more than welcome to. But we still have to answer a few questions. But before we do that, let's break this down to the best of our capabilities. So, it says 3 lines, angle AD. Line AD. So here's line AD. 3 lines, line AD, line BE. Notice I'm going with the points, BE. And then line CF. Intersect at point O. There it is, point O. They all intersect at point O. as shown. Okay? Then it says line AD is perpendicular to line FC. Remember, perpendicular lines are lines that intersect and make 90-degree angles. So line AD right here is perpendicular to line FC. As you can see, they make 90-degree angles. 90 degrees. This will be 90. This will be 90. And this will be 90. Okay, as you can see that. Then it says angle EOD. Now I'm going to follow those points. EOD. Very important you follow those points. Okay, and the middle variable or letter is usually the vertex. I should say variable. Angle EOD measures 32 degrees. There it is. Measures 32 degrees. It's given information. So they're asking, what is the measure of angle AOB? What's the measure of this angle? That's what they're asking. Okay? If you know it, great. We're going to go over a few questions to be able to answer this. Let's look at these 4 questions. Question A. What is the measure of angle FOD? FOD. They're asking for that measure. And how do you know? Question B. Name 2 adjacent angles that together form angle FOD. What is the sum of their measures? Question C. What is the measure of angle FOE? Explain. And question D. Together, angle FOE, angle FOA, and angle AOB form a line or a straight angle that measures 180 degrees. Explain how you can find the measure of angle AOB. Pause this video, see if you can solve these 4 questions, take your time, and then when you unpause, we will give you the answers and review question by question. I'll try to break down question by question best we can. Question A. What is the measure of angle FOD and how do you know? Well, if you got 90 degrees, you're correct. Perpendicular lines form right angles, and right angles measure 90 degrees. Let's look at that. They tell us the line AD, right, is perpendicular to line FC. That means they create 90-degree angles. What is the measurement of angle FOD? Let me use a different color here so we can see that. Remember, follow the points. FOD. Middle letter is the vertex, right? There it is. FOD is 90 degrees. Let me make that a little bit clearer so we can see it. If I take away this ray OE, okay, and this angle for a sec, you can see that angle FOD is 90 degrees. Question B. Name 2 adjacent angles that form angle FOD. What is the sum of their measure? Well, the sum will be 90 degrees. And we're looking at angle FOE and angle EOD. Let's look at that. Name 2 adjacent angles that form together FOD. So there's FOD. Okay. And obviously we have these 2 angles that are adjacent. FOE. Okay. I'll use a different color here. And EOD. These 2 angles are adjacent angles. These 2 angles, 1, 2. They're next to each other and they form 90 degrees because we know that angle FOD is 90 degrees. I hope you guys can see that. Question C. What is the measure of angle FOE? And explain. Well, since we know that EOD measures at 32 degrees, okay, and that EOD, angle EOD, and angle FOE add up to 90 degrees, therefore, Angle FOE measures at 58 degrees. Let's go back to that so you guys can see that. Well, since we know this measurement's given, okay, and these two adjacent angles together make 90, right? Angle FOD. Therefore, angle FOE has to be 58 degrees because 58 plus 32 is 90, right? 58 plus 32 is 90. And that's why it's 58 degrees. Together, these two angles combined together to make 90 degrees are called complementary angles. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees are called complementary angles. We said it earlier in this video. And the last question, question D. The answer is, well, since angle FOE measures at 58 degrees, and angle FOA measures 90 degrees, and I know if all three angles add up to 180 degrees, angle AOB must measure at 32. Let's check that out. Okay, since FOE measures at 58 degrees. Can everybody see that? Okay, and then you have measure FOA measures at 90 degrees. Maybe you see that? Okay. All three of them together, let me use the black one. All three of these angles together will make 180. That is not supplementary angles, by the way. Supplementary angles are when two angles add up to 180. Not three, not four, and so forth. Two angles that add up to 180 is supplementary. These are not. But all three angles combined, the 58, the 90, and whatever is left here, will make a straight angle. Can everybody see that? So that means angle AOB must be, well, if this is 58 and this is 90, this has to be 32 degrees. Because combined, they will give us 180 degrees. What else do you know about this 32 degrees? Let me erase this stuff. What else do you know about this 32 degrees? Okay, well, if you can see this, it is opposite this 32 degrees, right? They're opposite each other. That's called vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent angles. So you can also say, what is the measure of angle AOB? Well, since angle EOD measures at 32 degrees, the measurement of angle AOB must be 32 degrees because they are vertical angles. You can answer it that way.